So when you're climbing climbs, it's good to keep in mind what the route setter intended. In this case, it's a pretty easy problem. And I'm hypothesizing, obviously, that it's going to be a left hand there. Once I get the left hand there, maybe a switch, and I'm just going to maybe a foot up here too. So that's what I'm going to go for and try to make it come to fruition. With a simple start, left hand there. Well, that didn't pan out. So elevate my feet, toe hook, fall. Okay. That worked out. Now for the uninitiated, I am not very good at flashing boulders. Therefore, typically my beta reading is pretty off. But since these are pinches, I'm actually not even pinching these pinches, simply because if I did this, it'd be awkward. So I'm just crimping them. Oh, but this one right here, I will pinch. And because of that, my thumb's gonna allow me to go that direction. But I obviously don't want to go that because that's a bad move. So going straight up first is nice. And I don't know if you guys can see this, but my thumb is in this little divot right here. And I'm actually actively pinching my thumb to allow myself a little bit more register. From here, just a side reach through right here. That's a little bit too high. So before I adjust this high move, right foot here, bump up the left leg, and then move. Very important to always go through all your options and find the best body positioning available. Oh wow, these holes are slippery. Or that's just me. So looking at this problem, I'm immediately hypothesizing it's just gonna be a layback. And while I'm laybacking, I'm gonna have to use this volume as a foothold, and the rest should pretty much sort itself out. Starting with, now there's basically two ways I can start this. I can start with like the undercling, and then I'll just bump my right hand up, or two side posts and bump my left hand up. I'm very undecided, but I should go with the undercling method. I think the other method would work just fine. Bring up the feet. I'm gonna heel hook my hand for a match. Come into another match. Pull with both hands, not just one hand. I'm gonna pull with both hands and reach up like that. If I was to do it actually, I would have just been like that. Readjust my left foot, readjust my right foot. I don't feel like using this foothold yet because my heel seems better. And again, I'm pulling with my right arm while I'm pulling with my left arm at the same time. Getting that. Then I would adjust my right leg up. That seems to be an awful move. Bump. Left leg. And I'm gonna try to make my heel come flat so I get register. Both heels. There's a hold over here. Notice how my heels are flat so that I get register. And then before I come in for a match, another heel. Oh, that was hard to do while talking. So this purple is a good example of starting with one hand and then coming in for the match. So typically speaking, maybe you see this and you want to start with two hands like this immediately, and then you will go like this and then carry on with like me. I'm looking at this and I'm like, okay, let me just start with one hand. I'll stand up into it like so, match it, and then move on. And that way I'm in a much better already moving position for when I'm going into the position. Ooh, this is, now before I'm just gonna slowly adjust my feet in little small increments. And then I'll stand up, cross my feet through, reach. Easy. Oh, also don't forget to use all the holds. I didn't use that one. So for this problem, it's gonna be a simple heel start, and you could start left and then go for the heel, but me being me, I much prefer to always start with a heel in. If I could get the foot from here, I'll establish my position, which I totally missed, right into a gason. I'm gonna press with my palm so I'm all the way to the right of it so that I get more register. Quickly switch my feet, get it up here, a little bit of a back flag, and then hop into it one more time. Finding the volume again, finding the inside part, getting the crimp. Oh, I found it. Just right here. Bring the feet up. Now I'm in this crabbing position. hit it. Once I hit it, I'm gonna try to pull my body weight this way to make the side pull really good. Apparently, I have to press with my right arm to establish the position better. Easy. So for the start of this problem, there's basically two ways you could do it. The first way is with the right foot first. From here, you just fall over into it. Or the second way, which is probably not the better way, is starting like this cross position where you get your left hip really close and you just tap this. And then from here, you reach for it. Whichever way you choose, not the best. But from here, get the side pull, get your feet onto the volume, and then again, nope, that's awful. Now I'm gonna move my right leg inwards to serve as a pushing mechanism to allow me to go there. So push, nice. You could use the wall, as you can see. From here, looking at this, right leg up here, and I'm gonna rock into this stand. Easy work. Again, I'm using this wall as a way to establish the drop knee. Easy. So this purple one is good for teaching because on the start hold, you can start like this or like this. Starting your right hand above allows you a little bit more reach. Starting here seems more natural, but for example, if I start here, I could reach that still. But if I switch my grip like this, my right hand is immediately higher, makes it much easier to get to this point in time. After which, if I decide to go for that hold, there's basically two ways I can go about it. One way is I could use two arms and basically just yuck for it. Or the other way, which I much prefer, is I'm gonna swing my leg and swing my arm in accordance, kind of like a pogo. And then from here, I'll go like that. After this, just a simple reach. Done. So this orange one is one of my favorite ones, specifically because it flows nice. Now to start, you can start with a back flag, which is really hard and you can't start it. So the idea here is, instead of starting your back flag over here, or starting with the left foot here, which is awful, the idea here is to create a triangle from left hand, right foot, left foot. In which case, you're gonna start immediately, hit it over here, and now you have this base of support, which will allow you to reach upwards. From here, get the good jog. Establish the feet here, and if you're flexible, you can static that move, or if you're not, you're gonna cut for that move. Either or is viable. Now for this next move, it's important to use two hands to pull while actively dragging the toe backwards. Doing so makes that move really easy. Hit it with the back flag, and from here, I'm gonna take my hand, turn it like this, and press. Doing so, I'm able to get my leg up. Get this. When I get this, I'm falling this direction to establish the register. Get that? Woo. I'm gonna adjust my feet just a little bit. I'm gonna stand up to the next hold. Woo. Little bit of adjustment here. Get my feet up, and it's an easy top. Nice. Next, we have this black pockety problem. Now the start is gonna be an obvious toe hook, but when you toe hook, don't forget to make your right leg active and smear it against the wall or do something active with it. So from the toe hook, I'm gonna use my right leg. Right leg, I'm gonna actively push it up. You see how by just pushing my right leg, I get height. So I'm gonna use it to push me up into this good pocket. From here, oh, that's awful, but up here is better. Cross over. Typically it's easier to cross over than it is to cross under for most situations. So over, but I'm still keeping this action here. So now I got this bicycle action going on my right foot and left heel. Here, nice match. Still keeping my feet on. I'm adjusting to the high foot. From here, it doesn't feel the most comfortable to just jump up like that. So I'm gonna try going from a lower position. That feels awful. I found this little knee scum right here. That feels great. I made a mistake. I'm going back up here. I wasted a lot of energy. Luckily I have a lot of energy though. From here, one. I'm so strong. Now what do I do from here? I feel ashamed. I'm gonna do that one without talking next. Okay, I rested a little bit. And I'm gonna do this one without talking, so.
Since I lost you, I've been hiding. Think you saw me with your friends last night. I think it was you. Such a tragic, rather painful sight. So I ran back to my heartache, holding hands with the night. Hopelessly hoping you to call.
Oh, that's slightly sloppy.
If we think about
That's alright.
it, we think too much.
When it comes to this orange, there's basically two ways to do it. The first way is probably the most obvious way, where you just look at it, then you jump for it, which is probably the easiest way. And notice when I jump, I landed and I press to prevent my body from going further that way. Or the second way, which arguably a little bit harder but more technical. From here, you activate a bicycle right there where your bottom left foot, and then you can just reach. Arguably harder, but the exact same principle. And then just a quick finish at the top. And before I match up my right hand, I'm gonna quickly use this volume just to balance myself out. Easy. Anyways, that's the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time, partner.